Hmm. At least the medicine is still doing its work. Hmm? That's the sound of a helicopter. It's a helicopter doing this far out. Yeah, I'm seeing the ripples in the water. It's actually surprisingly close. Is this Tony? Is Tony and Hay coming here just for ease of use? Easier than using the car, I guess? Actually, wait. I should go get my jacket. I left it here, yeah. It's always still raining out there. Right. Where is that helicopter? Whoa! Holy shit! Oh, it bows. Hi?
I did not mean for the spook. I did not expect you to walk out.
Oh. I heard the sounds of a helicopter. I wanted to... I was even seeing the puddles rippling. Who are you?
I am Eclipse. I was told to come by here and check on him by a small rabbit with big arms.
Oh, him. Usually his girlfriend comes to visit.
She is currently occupied.
He's able to just ask you to come check instead?
I met him a small while ago.
I swear that rabbit seems more and more full of surprises the more I learn of him.
As to actual reasons why his girlfriend can't come by, she's currently... What do most humans call it? Creating offspring.
With pregnant? Oh,
Now
congrats to him. And her.
in any case,
I'm not sure you can fit.
I can shift a few parts out of the way to make squeezing through easier.
Well, fair enough. I can at least open the inner door to let you in easier. Yeah, let me just...
Did I expect you to be right there? Sorry.
You know, where I was holding the door open. There. Oh, goodness.
This one's quite a bit smaller than the other two.
Sorry. I mean, I don't think this bunker was meant for, well, Decepticons your size. That's better.
That saves one explanation.
At least I still remember that. Oh.
I suppose I'll remain seated.
There. Well, at least my memory is still somewhat intact of older media, at least.
Are you suffering from memory problems?
Yeah. It's... Well, at least I'm not losing more memories now, but, well, I still need to work on getting them back once this thing's fully cured.
I see. You know, funny enough, I too suffer from a similar issue.
Oh,
Likely very different to yours considering the difference in race.
and likely yours isn't illness-induced.
Not exactly.
Hmm. Well, alright.
I'm assuming you've already been told most things that others would have said, such as just holding on to memories that you already have.
Yeah, I already made the decision long ago to one of the other caretakers that look after me, that when I do choose to get my memories back, I want all of it. Even the bad parts.
At least you get that choice.
Hmm. They said they were able to at least have an old scan of my brain before I got infected.
That's why you're held up so far away from everything else.
And also to ensure the group that did this to me can't find me again.
I see.
They likely would if they wanted to. They likely would be trying to find me if they. I mean, I haven't asked about if the hounds are still trying to find me or what. And as far as I'm told, the infection is only contagious through scratches and bites, like a zombie. But I don't think I can bite you, not without losing my teeth in the process.
And well, the illness in question likely wouldn't affect me, considering it's made for, well, I imagine it's made for more biological subjects.
True.
Not biomechanical.
True. Usually a man by the name of Hank tends to come and check on me most days. He said he got his hands on an old car.
I remember the rabbit mentioning that.
Really small world.
He sold it to Hank, apparently.
Small world. He says he knows he wants to take it into Zafira for the sake of getting it painted, but again, what stories he has told me of Zafira don't inspire much confidence.
There are kind folk.
Yeah.
But some districts aren't exactly friendly.
I wouldn't know. I've only heard of waterfront and industrial so far.
From what I hear, waterfront appears to be the most safe in terms of everything else that's happening in other districts. Industrial is maybe a close second or third.
I see.
It ultimately depends on where exactly you are.
I suppose. I guess I'm just ultimately wondering what I can really do after all of this is done. I just wanted to try and be a freelance photographer, and I was stuck with all this. Stuck with a fucking infection trying to eat away at me and try and turn me into someone I'm not.
Or at least you were fighting that.
And slowly losing my memories in the process. My only earliest memory is just of Hank. Or at least the earliest memory I could still remember. I don't even remember where I was born.
Well, you have said that you will be getting your memories back.
Yeah. Even if, judging by how long it took, even without bad memories, it'll still be a bad lurch. I'll be getting 20 free years of memory back.
Or maybe roughly half. How long ago were you afflicted with this?
A good, what feels like half a year ago. I don't have good memory on how long things take.
I may not know much on how all of this works, but I can only guess that it's closer to 10 years worth of memory instead of 20.
I mean, maybe. If I recall right, I should. We only started to realize the memory loss was happening around halfway through September. They got me out a week prior.
At least you're not losing more memories.
Hopefully not. Doesn't feel like it. Earliest memory I can remember has been the same for the past month.
That's
I've gotten
likely a sign that
I know I've gotten a more potent,
that stopped.
I've got a more potent, more refined dosage. It's a matter of just whether or not what's happening to my body will stop.
The memory loss and changes are connected, yes?
Yeah, as far as I'm told, they're part of the same infection or illness.
It's likely that more physical things will take longer to slow down.
As far as I'm told, the first step is nerve pain. The second step was memory loss. The third stage was increased aggression, apparently. And the fourth stage was metamorphosis. Turned me into a feral beast. Not dissimilar in height to you from what I remember.
It seems
But a lot.
Almost impossible.
I don't really know. As far as I've been able to glean, the metamorphosis seems to just take root in whoever stays closest to me the longest. Which I guess in this case was one of my caretakers. Body's been slowly getting her freckles over time. I don't know if I just stay on my own or stay with someone that doesn't have freckles, it'll counterbalance. I don't think it'll try to copy you.
Has already... Likely not. Maybe it's currently slowing down as we speak. And it's already taken root with your caretaker's attributes. And it's just working off of what it has from them.
I mean, there are easier ways to change my gender than this.
Well, as I said, you've taken dosages, so the infection is slowed down tremendously.
First as powder, and now as pills.
It's likely that physical changes such as this are already beginning to slow down. So, I don't think you'll have to worry about changing gender.
I've at least been getting better enough that don't even need water for it.
Although I have heard it's better to take it with water. I'm
Yeah,
no human scientist.
it is better to follow it. If only just because, well, a lot more infrequent. At least a lot more infrequent. It still happens semi-regularly that the medicine causes me to vomit.
Cybertronian infections and more human infections aren't too dissimilar in some ways. We both enter a system and target whichever vital part it was, well, practically designed for. Whether it was meticulously designed by another person or it just naturally became like that. With this, it's naturally more man-made.
When I figured, what was the term? Synthetics, Cybertronians probably aren't immune to viruses. And I still remember seeing a show while I was still cooped up here that still showed that even highly advanced robots can still get viruses.
A standard virus that would work on conventional machinery or synthetics would not work in a Cybertronian, for we are not just simple machines.
Well, clearly not. You're able to turn into vehicles.
And we have our own lifeblood of sorts.
Yeah, the Energon.
You know a surprising amount, and that concerns me.
I'm pretty sure where I came from, I assume, there was media based on you, or your kind, just called Transformers. I mean,
that's what I've heard some people in Saphira just refer to me as when I walk by.
I see. Some people just know it just from shows either on a television or on the various DVDs I have back there.
Does make me curious.
It's
Maybe
mainly
another time when I visit.
It's mainly horror movies back there. Not really anything of you. Or your kind, or whatever Megatron is doing, or whatever.
No, as far as what Megatron is currently doing, I'm uncertain. I've been that way for a long while.
Well, you're living with a rabbit in the desert.
Well, living's a strong word.
Well, you know what I mean.
It's more one of my many stops.
At the very least, he's probably still trying to help you with the Energon thing, I'm assuming.
Naturally. He hasn't had much luck, and as a result, well, me less so, but me and Barricade are currently stuck.
Oh.
I'm assuming you know or might know who Barricade is, just from what you were saying earlier.
One that usually disguises one that usually transforms into a cop car, if I recall.
Well, there you go.
At the very least, I was still able to watch that before everything went down. Still got that in the last probably 18 months of my memory. The fact that September, right?
You said December earlier.
And I was that this happened. Let me try and count the months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. 8 or 7. Almost half of my remaining memory has been with this damned illness.
At least you're able to attempt to remember something and be somewhat fruitful with it.
I suppose. Last I remember
You're
them
not
telling
quite
me of a
lost yet.
Last I remember them telling me of a medical scan, the part where my frontal lobe should be is just black. Or at least the parts of the brain that are more important for memory. Or nerves or something along that line. I mean, I could still feel pain at least. I'm assuming the nerve pain might have been just to make me numb. I could still feel it. I guess I've accidentally put that as one of my routines. Just make sure I can still feel.
It's likely that the nerve pain part was attacking the main stem that's attached to the brain, attempting
Maybe.
to make it, not feel anymore. I'm only guessing here.
Then remove the memory.
Really see.
Then I don't know, the affection targets the aggression part, or I guess the fight part, or the fight or flight, and then just enhances that. Then finally begins metamorphosis. I think probably because of the cure, or just due to circumstances not being how the hounds wanted it, probably it went out of order. Because
It's likely you skipped a step.
I don't feel that
Considering
angry,
that
generally.
Precisely. And well, in terms of fight or flight, you seemed more leaning towards flight when I landed.
I mean, seeing a transformer with my own eyes is going to be a shock.
Naturally.
Decepticon or Autobot.
Though I wouldn't be surprised if you would have been more glad to see an Autobot than a Decepticon like me.
I mean, that's probably why you bowed, right?
It was mainly to get you to calm down.
I see. Well, a Decepticon probably wouldn't have this long of a discussion if they just wanted to shoot me, so...
Naturally, and I have no reason to.
Guess probably better
Most
than...
others probably wouldn't either. The most some would do is probably just threaten you for a while.
Yeah.
But no actual harm would ever really be done unless you were a vital asset for what they were doing.
It would be a waste of ammunition.
Or just general waste of energon.
In a place where people are still trying to search for it. I imagine if that rabbit finds any, he'll probably let you know. How did I forget his name? It wasn't that long ago.
His usual nickname is Armsy.
That was it, yeah. Yeah. I do occasionally tune into more live television. I find the Fight Finder. I remember now, yeah, I think I spotted you at one point.
Well, it must have been quite a while ago. I don't exactly appear at...
As I said, feels like almost half of my remaining memory is just being in either a home or a bunker. Nice neighborhood home. Far better than anything I could really dream of. Then here. While a little stuffy, it's filled with almost anything to keep a guy going forever. Or at least for a good year or two.
And I imagine your caretaker comes by with more things every once in a while.
Yeah, drops off more food, drops off more medicine, checks on me. He's been more infrequent, I feel, lately. Or have I just been sleeping more?
It could be either or, if
Either of them.
it turns out that if it turns out they are appearing less frequently, you can always ask others to help.
Yeah. As it stands, I know I'm not allowed to leave the bunker and travel elsewhere without another person. Too big of a risk in case they try and make a move on me, you know?
I forgot about the ceiling.
Yeah, careful. Oh, I didn't realize that. I forgot about the fact that the main entry bunker door often has a habit of closing on its own. Automated security, in case I forget when letting someone in.
The ceiling's a little higher.
Only a little bit. I know I was told I used to be a musician, but I don't really have any of the abilities, so I don't know if they're just saying that to cheer me up or what.
Maybe if you were to try and start playing something again, some amount of muscle memory might kick in.
Maybe.
Maybe if you're trying to play a melody, another one will come to mind and you'll start playing that.
Maybe. Or maybe it's accidentally part of one of those bad memories. I don't really know.
Well, you can't know until you have all of it back.
Yeah. I already know that these damn dog tags aren't originally mine. They're from someone else. I don't even remember who. You don't have to hook your finger into it.
I'm just putting it on the finger real quick.
Fair enough.
The inscription reads the name Alex.
I guess somebody I used to know. The only other person that tends to stay around here is the one Bang Boo from New Eridu City that I've adopted. I guess because of these tags, I also called him Alex.
Whoever they may have originally been, they must have been someone important to you.
Most likely. For good or for bad. I swear to God, if he's the reason I was stuck with Hank in the first place.
I doubt it.
I don't know. I doubt he was the one that got me into this shit.
No use being angry over hypotheticals.
Maybe. Maybe that step free trying to worm its way in however it can.
Make sure it doesn't.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I wasn't expecting to have a nice conversation with someone upon arriving.
I mean, I am a good talker. I don't know.
I can tell.
I apparently used to be a freelance photographer, and before that I was a musician. Now I'm just a stay-at-home, practically permanently sick guy. Whose flesh is slowly accruing more and more freckles by the day.
There could be worse chances.
True. And the freckles are changing as well. Before they were brown.
Maybe they haven't quite settled on the form they like.
Oh no. Maybe it's trying to combine both me and Hay. Or maybe
Likely.
it's just trying to combine with Alex now. Whatever it can. Even if he is too mechanical.
I doubt it's able to copy traits from something that is actually fully mechanical.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the makeup of a bamboo. I know they charge via electrical ports. Usually a new Eridu, it's stuff that they're actually able to sit in like it's a... What's the term? One of those full body saunas? Like mini sauna type things that leaves the head open?
It's likely that they're probably just really advanced.
Probably. Like you.
Well, I'm not advanced, I'm biological, in a sense.
Well, biomechanical of sorts. You,
The point is, I wasn't manufactured, I was born on a planet.
that's fair. But you don't have flesh.
Just a lot of metal that can change its attributes depending on my vehicle.
Yeah. Depending on what form you choose. Yep. One of your rotor blades knocked the 8-ball into a pocket.
Looks like I lost.
Whoops. Oh well, it's not like the game was going at any rate.
No, not only is the metal able to change its attributes just based on what vehicle form one picks, it's also, well, some parts are naturally softer than others to allow movement.
Joints, for example.
Precisely.
The joints are always the weakest part of anything mechanical.
In my case, they're slightly tougher than one normal mechanical thing, as there is the softer metal in front of it, and the actual hard, what you would refer to as a skeleton. And in some cases, vehicle parts from their alt mode.
I see.
And well, you likely already know this, but some Cybertronians do have a more human-like face.
Yeah. Yours reminds me of, was it Sound or Shock?
Shockwave.
Yeah. I mean, there's the fact that it has unintended effects. The way your rotor blades look in this form makes it look like you have, like, angel wings. Or I guess bone-ish wings of sorts. Well, it looks like you just got 4 fin wings. You know what I mean.
To think I originally considered having them stored in my arms.
I mean, maybe.
When it comes to other world vehicles and choosing a new alt mode upon landing, we get to choose where some of the parts go. Some decide to let all of the parts go where they normally would on their original Cybertronian alt mode. Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. So they have to rearrange something.
Yeah. Maybe at some point... I don't know. Maybe at some point I can see about trying to get either Hay or Miss Raylan or you or maybe even Jack properly to take me somewhere.
Likely. Speaking
that
of
was
which,
that was who
really
called Armsy, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh, well, let me open the front door for you at least when you get out.
I forgot about the ceiling again.
Yeah. Is RMC's place a lot more open air?
Very much so.
Here,
There's
let
the
me.
big warehouse that barricades usually in, and then there's the
Yeah,
main building which has a few sections with taller ceilings.
I see. I imagine Barricade and RMC might have given each other quite a shock.
From what I hear, very much so. In any case, I shall maybe see you another time.
Yeah, thank you, Eclipse. And I guess
And I
tell,
hope you get your memories back.
and hopefully you likely do as well. And I guess you could
I know I
give
will.
RMC my regards. Now, yeah, excuse me, that semi-irregular thing seems to be coming up again.
Very well. See you later.
I just.